off by saying I did my hair last night at like 11. I started at 10 and then I finished at 11, and I already feel like I'm gonna have to like fully do it over again. Like these edges already are messed up. Anyway, I just want to say happy August to you guys. I know I haven't been like posting as much as I used to when I first moved to Florida. I was posting like every week, twice a week. But you guys, like, life has it's been giving your girl a run for her money, and I didn't have money to begin with, so it's just like it's been a whirlwind of like a lot of things, especially because like let's just rewind and like start over, because the reason why I wanted to do this chat get ready with me is because I wanted to take my channel into a different direction. But it's not necessarily a different direction. It was the direction that I originally had intended for my YouTube channel, but COVID hit, and I had to like adjust. So originally I wanted my channel to be like a semi-vlog channel, semi-inspirational advice channel, just for like first generation or minority college students who just wanted someone to like refer to, you know? Because I remember when I was going to college, the first thing I did was like go on YouTube, because none of my family members actually, none of my family members went to college in America, or at least a four-year university, I should say. So I couldn't really go to them for advice about like what to do, how to like prepare and stuff like that. So I went to YouTube. And okay, so yeah. So when I first was like, I've been trying to get on YouTube for the longest. Like I remember, I think it was probably 9th grade of high school, so that was 2014, I think. 2014? Something like that. Me and my best friend at the time, we were just like, oh, let's create YouTube channels, right? Because at that time we just wanted to get money and sponsorships. So we were just like, let's create a YouTube. But it's like, for me, when I want to do things, I want it to be so good that it's just like, girl, you don't even have the skills, money, or time to be giving what you're trying to give right now. Like, I was seeing all these YouTubers give out these quality content. I'm like, this is what I need to start my YouTube. So it was like, I would always take some time to like try and like learn how to edit videos or learn how to create a thumbnail, and it just wasn't giving what I wanted it to give. So I would just be like, all right, maybe in the future when I have more time. What, girl? The future only gets worse. You never have more time as you grow up. And that's what I was kind of realizing. So when last January of 2020, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stop pushing this off. Like, in my head, it was like the platform was getting even more saturated. So it was like, if I didn't start now, I was never going to start. And I felt like I had a grasp on my college experience enough where I could like give some kind of advice, if that makes sense. So it's like, let me just start now. And at that time, it was like I intended to like make videos about being an RA, doing college in 3 years, applying to grad school, all that stuff. But then COVID hit, because I also wanted to do all that stuff in like vlog form, you know, like show my day-to-day life as because I was doing 1,000,001 things in undergrad. So I was trying to show like my day-to-day life as an undergrad, doing all these things and like in my head flourishing as best as you can. But then once I posted probably like 2 videos, and then COVID hit. So then school was no longer like vlogging my school experience was no longer option. So then I kind of tried to adjust, because I was like, well, I started the YouTube, let me not quit right now, you know? So I was like, let's just keep putting out videos. So in that turn, it changed the trajectory of what I wanted my YouTube to be. So instead of doing like, I mean, I was still trying to do like advice videos, but it was quarantine. Nobody wanted to like see how to study better or like do all that stuff. So I started doing hauls, and I started doing makeup videos, and I started doing girl talks, and I started doing all these extra stuff, because it was just like, that's what people were watching at the time. And I was like, well, if I wanted to get my foot in the market, like I needed to appeal to the audience basically. So And then at the time I was also like, well, when I go to grad school in the fall, I can pick back up with what I originally wanted to do, which was the school advice kind of videos. But once again, that also wasn't the best for me, because all my classes at that time, well, no, two out of my 3 classes were online. And then the one class that wasn't online, it was like heavy discussion based. So it's like I couldn't really vlog and take part in the discussion, so I had to pick one. So like if you go back and look at my earlier videos where I had like my grad school vlogs, like you'll see here and there, but it was like very little like in school stuff, and it was basically just like my experience being an online grad student. And I tried to like stay true to what I wanted, the kind of videos that I wanted to put out, but I realized that the videos that were getting more views and more attention and more like interaction were the videos that I was like putting out during quarantine. So my hauls were getting the most videos, the most views, my girl talk videos, stuff like that. So I was like, let me try and do both, because in my head it was like, yes, I am a grad student, but I'm also like a young woman at the same time. So yeah, I do my makeup. So yeah, I am a grad student, but I'm also like 21, you know, like this is the part that like back then I was still struggling with it, but even now I'm still struggling, but like now I'm a bit more comfortable in the fact that I'm like the youngest in like my whole department. And it's like some people are not going to understand or like see it as useful that like I'm doing my work, but I'm also going out to parties, and then I'm also doing my work, but then I'm also like I don't know, whatever other 21-year-old stuff that I be doing. Like they will look at me like, are you sure you're a grad student? Or like people on the other side will be like, when I'm doing my grad school stuff, they'll be like, are you sure you're 21? Like when I tell people I'm 21, they're like, and then when I tell people I'm in grad school, they'll be like, because if you see me on Instagram, it's like I'm living both worlds, and people don't really understand or like grasp it. Like I have other friends who are in grad school, and they're basically like their social life is non-existent. And then I have friends who are not in grad school, and they're like, I don't know how you're doing that grad school stuff. Like you guys, I literally, this summer I was taking a class and then also working on like stuff for my advisor, and I was in Jamaica like doing emails and working on stuff, and then also taking shots. Like I feel like people find it so hard to grasp the fact that people can be what's the word I'm looking for? People can excel in like multiple areas of their life. Like they feel like if you're in grad school, you can't have a social life, or if you have a social life, you can't be a successful grad student, you know? But it was like the purpose of me continuing my videos was like to show that yes, you can be successful in every area of your life. You don't have to like limit yourself to only, oh dang, I kind of messed up my eyebrows. We move. I'm just doing my makeup to go take pictures, and it's also raining, so I don't even feel like I'm gonna go take pictures anymore because makeup and rain don't mix. But we'll see what happens, because the rain has been on and off. But yeah, so lost my train of thought. So it was like I would still keep up with these videos to kind of show that like you can be successful in multiple areas of your life, is what I'm saying. But the reason why I'm making this video right now is because lately I've been putting out a lot of like okay, I'm gonna say there's like two sides to me, right? It's like how I simplified in my head. There's the grad student side, and then the 21-year-old side, right? So lately I've been putting out a lot of 21-year-old side content. So I've been doing wigs, and I've been doing makeup, and I've been doing hauls and stuff. But now that classes will be in person in the fall, I feel like I'm going to switch back to my original content for what I wanted my YouTube to be. Don't get me wrong, I will still continue to do like all the fun stuff, but it will be less, it won't be as much as how it is now. Because yes, it's fun, but I also feel like when you center, how do I put this? See, sometimes I suck with like explaining, but it's like for me, when you center, okay, I'm just gonna speak on my experience, but for me, when I center my YouTube on all that fun stuff, it kind of takes the fun out of the fun stuff, if that makes sense. Like, I was in Jamaica and I'm over here having fun. I'm like, oh snap, I'm not vlogging, you know? So it's like, especially because when I'm doing that fun stuff, it's because I'm trying to take a break from the grad school life. So it's like, if I make the fun stuff kind of like work stuff for YouTube, it kind of loses its like, you know, you get like work for grad school life and then fun work for YouTube. And I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. But it's like right now, I just want to keep, things just a little bit more separate. So like in my head, the way that I'm planning on continuing my YouTube from here on out is I am going to do weekly vlogs of my grad school stuff. So it's like you'll see my meetings, you'll see my classes, you'll see like me having to do work and like me running errands, me basically being an adult, because that's what grad school is. Literally, grad school is just being an adult with like deadlines. But yeah, you'll see that mainly, and then here and there you'll see like the makeup tutorial or the haul. You guys, let's stop with the hauls first of all. I don't know why I chose that to be like one of my content, because I be spending bread on those hauls. And when I say bread, I mean bread. Like, and I'm a grad student, as you obviously know by now, and we don't make a lot. Well, correction. Technically, we don't make a lot, but for me, someone who's coming from a first-generation immigrant household, I make a lot for my age. But when you consider how much like work I do and how much bills and stuff are, I don't make a lot. I don't make a lot at all. And for me to choose hauls to be one of my like staple videos on my channel, that was like I set myself up for failure, because you guys, I have probably like 10 hauls on my video at least, maybe, I don't know, but it's like all that money that I spent, it's like, dang, I'm just imagining how my life would be right now if I still had that money. Ciao. And that's another thing where it's like, I was saying like in the beginning, what prevented me from starting my YouTube so long ago was because I wanted the content to be like quality content. But what I'm realizing is like, you have to start from somewhere, you know? And for me to be putting so much money in something that isn't returning, for me, it's a bad money movement, if that makes sense. So like when I first wanted to start, I wanted to get a camera, I wanted to get lights, I wanted to get all that stuff, but it's like I didn't know how to edit, I didn't know what videos I wanted to put out. I had like 0 followers, 0 subscribers. Even now I only have like 250 something subscribers, and I have put probably like, if you consider my hauls, my wigs, any video that I put out that was money from my pocket, it was like way more. I'm getting $0 from YouTube, and I'm putting in probably like, I would say a good $1,000 has gone in so far in YouTube. So it was like, what am I doing, you know? So it's like, when I sat down and really thought about that, I'm like, y'all gonna get what you get. Like, this is quality for if you take into account my circumstances. Like, I live by myself. Well, I have roommates, but like, all my bills and stuff get paid by me. The only bill I do not pay is my phone bill, and my mom watches my videos, so thank you, Mom. You will be paying my phone bill until I die. I'm sorry, like, I just can't. But like, I pay rent, I pay utilities, I pay car note, I pay car insurance. I have a dog. That's basically you cannot convince me any other way that having a pet is not like having a child, especially dogs. Especially because my dog, I adopted her from the shelter, but she had heartworms, so she had additional medical bills. So it's like all of that is coming out of my pocket. And then for me to be adding hauls, girl, what is you doing? So like, I have convinced I didn't convince myself, but like, I really sat down and reflected and was like, why am I putting so much money into something that has zero return, you know? And I'm over here like, oh, well, if you do it now, like, it'll pay off in the end, and whatever. But no, let it pay off when it pays off, and then I'll start spending bread, right? That makes sense. I just love how I'm still doing my eyebrows, you guys. Like, okay, I'm gonna do my eyebrows and then come back. Okay, but yeah, I tried to do that little cut thing because I'm going for like an edgy look today. Even though like I can't even put on lashes because these lashes are not coming out, but I have a lash appointment in like 4 days, so we're just gonna ignore that for now. But I don't remember what I was talking about before, but oh, okay, yes. So now when I'm doing my YouTube videos, like, I'm trying to give out quality, but quality with what I have. So I use my phone when I record, my iPhone 7 Plus or my so I have two phones, so it's either my 7 Plus or my, I think it's XR, whatever you want to call it. I use those phones to record and take my pictures for Instagram and all that stuff. And when I go through and edit, I use what comes with the Mac? iMovie. I use iMovie to to edit my videos, and then or I use Facetune actually no, I stopped using Facetune because it was taking up space in my on my phone. So I just use if you go in your camera settings, ride and whistle, Andrea, ride and whistle. If you go in your camera settings, like, you could edit your photos in the actual like photo app. You don't have to like download a extra app. But yeah, that's what I use. And for me, like, when you're considering all that I have or all that I don't have, I feel like this is quality enough. Like, the most I have paid, like, since I have made this whole transition, like, I don't need to be spending all this money, is like, I think it was $25 or $30 for my intro. Like, that's really all I have paid for since then. And I'm like, you can't really tell the videos are on my iPhone. You can't really tell that I used well, if you see like the when the text comes up on my videos, that shows you that it's iMovie and not something like better. But I just feel like, you know, a lot of people, like, we psych ourselves out of doing things because we're like, we need everything that the people that we're seeing and aspire to like be, we need what they have. And it's like, no, because when you look back at their old videos, they were using, I remember I was watching Aaliyah's Face. Is that, you guys know Aaliyah. And she was like how she started on YouTube using her Mac camera, like her laptop camera. And it's like, they also started somewhere. So it's like, one of my like biggest motivational quotes or whatever that I tell myself is that comparison is a thief of joy, right? Because when you really think about it, like, sit down and think about it, we're always like comparing ourselves to someone, whether it's like in a bad way or a good way. We're always comparing ourselves, and we just need to stop. Like, why is it that we feel like we need to compare ourselves? I feel like it's definitely a societal thing. I'm starting to get into like what I've been reading in my research and stuff, but it's definitely a societal thing where we feel like if we want what someone has, we have to like be like them, or we have to be better than them, you know? Like, no, you just have to find out what you're good at, what your strengths and weaknesses are, and work with that. Like, my strength is that I'm adaptable. Like, And this is so funny because this was actually what I told my advisor in my interview weekend, like, my biggest strength is that I am adaptable. Like, I will know nothing, but I will finesse because I'm smart. Like, that's really all you need is strength and determination. Like, I will sit down and watch YouTube videos or like go on Google and just do a deep dive for something that I don't know, because it's just like, if I don't know it, I'm pretty sure it's easy to learn because someone before me learned it too, you know? Like, no one was born with the knowledge to like edit. Like, even when we get shook by how little kids like know how to use technology so quickly, it's like they weren't born doing that. They sat down and they played their games and then they learned how to like do things. Like, and a lot of times we find out things by accident. Like, I found out you could edit straight through the Photos app by accident. Like, I was just pressing buttons. I was like, what are these 3 top buttons out there? And then I saw the whole edit settings come. I was like, huh? I was like, I added an extra app taking up storage for nothing? And that's it. And then a lot of times when we find out these things, people want to gatekeep. And it's like, that's also a societal thing because society pins us against each other. And it's just like, it doesn't need to be like that. It really and truly does not need to be like that. We can all thrive. We can all get money. We can all like just be great. You feel me? But society is just like, society kind of convinces us that there's not enough for everybody. You really gonna tell me on this earth there's not enough for everybody? Come on, bro. Anyway, back to my point, which I don't even remember what point I was making, but it's okay. I guess this is what I was trying to make. It's okay to start from the bottom. Drake says, started from the bottom, now we here, whatever. Like, and that's what I'm starting to get comfortable with doing. It's like starting from the bottom. Like, I'm asking questions. I'm accepting what I don't know. And that was like the biggest thing for me, because it's like, no one likes to admit that they don't know something. You feel me? Everybody wants to feel like, and yeah, see, you guys are seeing my train of thought. This is what I have to deal with every day. But especially because we live in a prideful society, nobody wants to like admit that they don't know stuff. Like, I would remember, like, I would make stuff up when I was talking to somebody and be like, oh, did you know that? And then somebody would be like, yeah, I knew, bro. Why are you lying? Why are you lying? Like, people feel like they'll be ridiculed or made fun of if they don't know something. And it's like, that's not the case. And if that is the case, that's just showing you that whoever you're around, you don't need to be around them. Because you should be around people that are okay or even excited to help you learn something and help you to like build yourself up, you know? Like, you shouldn't be around people where you feel like you always have to be on top of it. Like, my friends, I'd be like, bro, I got like $2 in my account. They're like, bro, same. Like, it's okay to not have everything you like want. As long as I feel like as long as you're working towards something, or like, you know, you're not just gonna sit there in your funk, you're fine. Like, I don't even know like really what I'm trying to say, because I've gone through like so many trains of thought. But basically, like, when I'm like on my low days, I always remember my up days, and I try and think like, how did I get to this low point? Let me sit back and like analyze what I did to get here so that I don't get here again. And like, we always have different low points. Like, I got to this low point because I spent too much money. I got to this low point because I pretended that I wanted to go out and I did it and I didn't give myself rest. Or I got to this low point because I worked out too much. You know, like different things. Like, our bodies will really and truly tell us what it needs, what it's missing, what it likes, like, and we just need to listen to our bodies. But we live in a world where it's like hustle culture is so, what's the word? Idealized? I think that's the word. Basically like glorified, that people feel like they always need to hustle and they always need to go and they always need to like be doing stuff to get money. And no, baby girl, baby boy, rest is so important. And that's really something that I've been learning. Like, if you watch one of my vlogs, there was one day where I was like, I was sitting trying to like, I think I was reading a paper trying to do homework or something, and my brain was not functioning. You guys, when I tell you I was reading the same sentence like 3-4 times and I was not understanding what I was reading, and I'm like, is my brain malfunctioning? But it's like, I sat down and I was like, yo, I've really been on go since I moved here. I moved to Florida in August of 2020, and it's so funny when I look back at it now, because it's like, me now would not do what me then did. Like, I constantly choose peace because it's like, I know that my body does not function well under stress. I realize that my body always tries and warns me when these things are like getting to its high peaks. So I moved to, oh, this thing is coming out. I moved to Florida August 17th, 2020. And I had orientation for grads, like first year grad students orientation, August 17th, 2020. Imagine, you're moving from New York to Florida the same day you have, and it wasn't even the same day thing. Like, I had to move, like, because I took the train because I had to get my car and all that stuff, and my family didn't want me to drive the 16 hours. So I was really moving from August 15th. Yeah, or the 16th. No, the 15th was when I took the train, and I got to Florida the 16th, and then I had to drive up to Tallahassee, and I got here on the 17th, and then orientation was the 17th. Imagine that, moving for 3 days, and then the same day you move into your apartment is the same day you had orientation. And you guys, when I tell you I was back and forth, whenever the orientation people gave us a break, I was moving my stuff. Like, I was spreading my bed, I was putting away clothes, and then I had to go back online. I did not take a break that whole entire week. I am not a morning person, and I will be up at 8 a.m. going to bed at like 2 a.m. because I was like setting up my place, you know? And then I was also, I'm sorry, I'm talking fast. Let me try and slow down. And I was also like buying stuff for the place because I didn't want to buy too much stuff before I moved, because I didn't know what was going to be in here and how like the place was going to be, you know? So like, I didn't want to have stuff that I wasn't going to need. So I was like, let me wait till I get here, and then I'll shop for stuff. So it's like, if I wasn't unpacking, I was shopping. Or like, bro, it was just a lot. And then the week after, August 24th was when classes start. You guys, like, and I'm not talking about just classes, like full on. So the way that Florida State pays their grad students is through DA-ship, and it's where you're either like a TA for a class, or you have your own class, or like you assist the professor with a class or do other stuff. But all that started the 24th. So my classes started the 24th. That's my DA-ship started the 24th, and then my meetings with my advisor started the 24th. And I'm just like, dang. So like, I was really on go from like August to October. So that day, and I also started the gym in September. So that day in October, when I was trying to like do my work and my brain was not functioning, is because I wasn't listening to my body before, and my body was like, I need a break. So that day, it was literally like 10 or something in the morning. I literally just like closed my textbook, got in bed, watched YouTube, watched some movies, and slept, because that was what my body needed. And I feel like a lot of people are like, not necessarily ashamed, but like, they feel like if they take that break, it'll like set them back in a way. And I'm only speaking on people that I know that have like expressed this to me, but it's like, the world is going to keep moving on whether you're alive or you're dead. So you need to make sure that you take care of yourself so that you can enjoy whatever good things the world has to offer while you are here. And I didn't even want this to be like a whole motivational chit chat, get ready with me. I just really wanted to show you guys the direction that I'm going. But this also plays a part into it, because I feel like back then when I was doing like non-educational content, it was taking a lot of time, because like a lot of time and energy, because like I was saying, I don't have money like that to be spending so much money for hauls. But I was giving you guys hauls probably like once a month or something like that. Like, girl. And then also, because this isn't what I wanted, the direction that I wanted my video to go, I had to like scramble to find videos to give you guys. So I would always be texting my friends like, what YouTube videos you guys want to see? Like, and that in itself was like, it made YouTube more of a chore than like a hobby, which is what I kind of wanted it to be. Like, I wanted to just have YouTube on the side where I could do like fun stuff, you know? But yeah, it became very tedious for me. And sometimes my friends would be like, oh, where are YouTube videos? And I would just be like, dang, they realize that I'm not putting out YouTube videos. And also, this is why having people like that in your life is very important, because they help you get back on track. And it wasn't like I was giving up on YouTube, but it was like, it was just taking so much energy from me that I didn't want to do it. But it was like, I didn't want to quit. So like, and I know you guys are probably like, so why are you doing YouTube if it's like tedious or whatever and you're not even getting paid? But it's like, the reason why I wanted to start YouTube was to provide that like, I don't want to say big sister, but like, there is not enough Black people in grad school. And then when you go on YouTube, it's even less. Like, so I wanted to provide that reference for people. So like, that's the main reason why I didn't quit, because like, I knew I had a purpose for getting on YouTube, and I wanted to fulfill that purpose. That's basically the main reason why I haven't like fully quit YouTube. Like, it's not about the views for me. It's not about, well, anymore, I should say. It's not about getting sponsorships, even though that would be nice. But all in all, it's really about helping people, because even if people are not willing to ask somebody for help or for like advice with stuff like that, they could probably like go on YouTube and search it up, and my video will be there to help, you know, stuff like that. So that's what kind of runs in my mind. So it's like, when I'm making this video, I'm not trying to say like, if you are not a grad student or trying to pursue grad school, my videos are not for you. Like I said, I might even keep doing like Chit Chat Get Ready With Me like these, where it's like I talk about like life stuff. So this past year, I actually remembered where I was going with this. This past year, it's been a lot of like shaking in my life, and like, it's been very triggering and very sad at times. I'm not even gonna lie. It's been very sad at times, because it's like, you really sit down and be like, yo, I really love this person. I really valued, admired, and looked up to this person, and they treated me like shit. They really didn't even have my back for real. And that's just how life is for real. Like, you are going to have those moments where it's just like, you really sit down, look at your life, and you're like, wow. But then after you get over the whole sad portion of it, you look at your life and it's like, I'm in a much better place than I am right now. Like, I'm creating room in my life to love me without needing love from everyone else. Even though like, I know the people in my life do love me and care for me and all that stuff, but it's like, I love me enough for everybody, you know? And I feel like that's a place that a lot of people don't get to, because it's like they create, or not create, but they give people so much power that it's like their worth and their needs sort of kind of, or are like dependent on what other people think of them. And girl, it might be rough, but I feel like once we get to that part where it's like, we don't need another person's approval, it's like, ooh, I don't remember how else to finish my makeup. Oh, yeah. But yeah, long story short, because I am taking way too long to do my makeup. It's been over an hour. And this is just a natural beat. Like, I didn't do a lot that I usually do, but I went on so many tangents in this video. This video was just supposed to be like a hey guys, I'm back, and this is what to expect from my channel. But I went on tangents, I'm sorry, but this was actually very therapeutic, and it shows me that I am truly growing as a person, because like I was saying, 20-year-old me would not be saying the same thing that, it's not gonna say the same thing that 21-year-old me is saying right now, because I really had to go through those experiences to actually get the, I don't want to say wisdom, but let's call it wisdom just to make me feel better, to get the wisdom that I have in my life right now. And also shout out to my friends for being like ride or die day ones. Okay, I'm gonna do my hair and then get dressed and then come back. And I know the lighting has been like iffy because like I said, it's been raining, and like I've also been saying, I don't have like the high quality lights and all that stuff. But yeah, I'll be right. Okay, you guys, so I took a little longer than I wanted to, but I added some nails, some press-on nails. I got these from Amazon for like $7.99. I didn't even know that you can. I typed in long though because I went to like CVS and Walgreens or whatever that, and they had press-on nails, but they weren't this long. Like long for, ooh, scratching off my makeup. Long for them was like here, and I'm just like, I'm a bad bitch. Like, you need to extend those. So I went on Amazon and got these for long, and these are like medium for me, but these were very much longer than the ones that they had in store. So I was just like, yeah, okay. But yeah, also I'm wearing, I can stand up and show you guys. My outfit is from the Prey Apparel. It's just this lavender jumpsuit that they have, and I'm in love with it. I got this, and I also love the little words that they have. It says, the Prey Apparel is a lifestyle brand that expresses positive street vibes. And I love that. And I'm gonna pair these with my my Nike, what are they? I have this all white Nike sneakers, and I'm gonna pair it with that, and I'm gonna go to a garage and take pictures because I've been sad all week, and nothing like getting dressed up and taking pictures. So I did like a little ponytail, and yes, this is the same T-part wig that I posted last week's video. By the time you guys see this, it will be last week's video. But yeah, so this is the same T-part wig. I've had it going on 3 weeks now, and you guys, you see, it's holding up, y'all. It's holding up. Like, it's holding up. This bump at the back is because my braids were not flat. But anyway, thank you guys for sticking through to the end. I know this video was excuse me, wow, that one hurt. I know this video was extremely long. Also, I got my package. This video was extremely long. I didn't intend it to be this long, but forgot what I was saying again, but I remember now. Thank you for watching, and if you would like more videos like this, please comment down below and let me know what you guys are feeling. And if you have gotten this far, please hit that like button. I will see you in the next video. Bye.